Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Art Is You podcast. I'm your host, Carly Scott, and today's episode is called Hold the Vision. And you guys know, if you've been listening to this podcast, that I love to talk about creating your dream life, creating the life that you want, specific to you. Everybody is going to have a different dream, a different, unique set of things that they want to experience or accomplish or have their life look like. Everyone's version will be slightly different because no two people are the same, right? And so, hold the vision. In order to even hold a vision, you guys, you have to have a vision to begin with. And I think this can scare some people. I know it scared me, as far as do I have to pick one vision and then stick with it? And that's my one thing. That's too much pressure, you know? And so for me, when I have a vision of the future, usually it's a little bit more what do I want to feel like? And then some specific things I want. I don't even know, instead of it being this is exactly what I'm going to have as my future vision, because in real life, life happens and you can't plan for everything, and even if you want something to happen one specific way, it might not happen that way, if that makes sense. But the vision kind of leaves space for that. But it's okay, I want to feel this and I want to experience this feeling. And I think that these types of things will be that for me, but you're kind of open to it also coming in other shapes and forms. But the most important thing to you is just this is how I want to feel, and this is who I want to be and how I want to live. But then the specifics around that might end up looking slightly different than you expected, or some of them might be exactly what you wanted. And so just leaving space for that, I guess, because I think that I used to get hung up on oh my gosh, it's too much pressure to have a vision, and then what if it doesn't happen exactly how you wanted it to? You don't need to put that much pressure on it, and you can change your mind about your vision if you change as a person and you no longer have the same vision for your life, the same goal of who you want to be and how you want to feel. You are totally allowed to change it at any moment. And so there really is no pressure around this, you guys, and you could start with a small vision if you prefer that, if it seems too scary to do a big one. But it's fun to have a big vision for a little further in the future that you can really dream big about. And I think that having a big vision can help you to act more boldly now, because you have such a big vision for yourself, versus, again, you can set smaller visions for yourself to practice and build that confidence. I did that a lot in the beginning too, and I still do that all the time because it's hard to do small things too. But having a bigger vision is what helps me act a little bit more, I guess, boldly, because it's I have the vision in mind, and even if other people don't see the vision, I have it and I've been holding it. So that's why this episode is called Hold the Vision, because when you hold your own vision, you don't have to tell anyone what it is. And again, it doesn't have to be this is exactly what it's gonna look like, but you can have some for me, for example, I think it would be fun to experience at some point in my life, living on a little bit of land and getting to make my own garden, have a few animals that I take care of, just being able to go outside and it just be me, my husband, my dog, our animals, that's it. That sounds so amazing to me. I could just have my privacy to enjoy the outdoors. I don't even know. That's a vague dream of mine, and I think about the feeling that gives me, and I don't know if it will happen the way I expect it to, but I really like hold that vision for myself. And I did this with my photography business as well, like holding the vision of me shooting these like elopements in these beautiful locations and these beautiful weddings of people that are like just so in love and that have their own unique idea of like how they want their wedding to look. Like, it's so fun for me when I get to shoot weddings of people who you just see them. Like, it's so specific to them and what they love. It's just magic when people do that. And I used to not really give myself permission to just like do me. And so yeah, anyway, I've been inspired by other people who have done that, and now like I'm like, okay, I'm trying to follow in your footsteps and like try to just do me. So again, your unique vision will be so specific to you. And with my photography business, having that vision of shooting these amazing elopements, like being able to like go to cool places and like, I don't know, like the Oregon coast, the mountains, like I was just like, this is my vision, okay? And now I'm doing that for my job. And the only reason I was able to take those bold steps forward of like creating my photography account and starting a business and then like reaching out to people, doing styled shoots and just meeting people, like doing things that were so far outside of my comfort zone. The only reason I was able to do that is because I had a vision and I was like, these are the steps that I need to take if I want to get to that vision. And that's how it happens, you guys. So that's why holding the vision is so important. If you don't have a vision for yourself, start with something small, write something down, think about how you want to feel. You know, I've talked about this a lot too, but I've wanted to feel like free to be myself, free to speak and express myself in front of other people and not fear judgment so much. So because I have that vision, I'm able to like record these podcast episodes and continue to post them, even though it's still kind of scary for me and I still have some resistance before I sit down to record of like, do I really have anything to say? Like, do people even care? And at the end of the day, it honestly doesn't even matter, because I have this vision of like who I want to be and what I want to be able to do, and it really doesn't have anything to do with other people. And like, I of course hope that I inspire and help other people along the way, but I'm doing that for myself by doing this. And so it's like I'm getting the benefit of putting myself out there, trying something new, taking a step towards the person I want to be and the vision I'm holding for myself. And that's it, you guys. And so that's why I'm talking about this, because I kind of want you to try to do the same thing in your life, because it completely changed my life. So like, if you're looking to, you're like, I have these dreams, but I don't know what to do or how to go after them. Or like, I just feel so like stuck in life, or I feel so like restricted in this shell. Like, I've felt all of those things so much, you guys, and I'm in the process of like trying to break out of that. And so if you want to do that, if you don't know how to do that and you want someone who's like in that process with you, I hope that you follow along on this journey with me and we can kind of figure it out together. And yeah, even just the few people who have reached out to me since like restarting this podcast and recording new episodes, I have felt so just like, I just like soak it in. Anyone who reaches out and is like, I connected with something, like, to me, that's just everything. That's why this is happening. That's why I'm doing this. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. If this episode was helpful in any way, please like it, leave a comment, follow me, subscribe to my YouTube, share this with a friend or something. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you. Bye.